May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and science consistently proves that our mental health is directly tied to our physical health.
And one local man is living proof of this. Today we are joined by David Hudson, who was able to lose over 40 pounds in 3 months thanks to the help of his trainer from Ultimate Performance DC, Ali Woodward. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, David, what's your story? How did you even decide to go on this journey?
Yeah. Well, before I started training, I was just really not in great shape across the board, physically and mentally. On the mental health side of things, I was battling depression, and that was worsening to the point where I was having suicidal thoughts. And it was really something I needed to take care of for myself. I have a son at home who's a toddler, a wife at home, and I just needed to get it together. And then also on the physical side, I was increasingly overweight, out of shape. Blood pressure, cholesterol was getting higher, and so for a number of reasons I needed to just take care of myself and get things under control. And that's when I heard about Ultimate Performance and decided to check them out, and I started training with them. And I did not expect, honestly, the transformation that would happen physically and mentally. But yeah, it was a wonderful journey, to say the least, and extremely grateful for their help.
Yeah. Do you see this a lot, that tight connection between someone comes to you, says, I want to get in better shape, and then suddenly their mental health improves too?
Absolutely, and as you were saying just now, there's a direct link between mental and physical health. And with David in particular, the way we go about sort of creating those changes is simple things. So whilst it may seem like it's a huge transformation, it's actually simple things that add up. So things like steps, creating food that fits into his lifestyle as well. He mentions he's got a child, he mentions he's got his wife, so we need to instill habits that are actually going to work for him in his situation, because that's how we adhere to these things long term. And if they don't, it means it's just going to become more stress, which isn't going to help his mental health either. So that's really important.
You said the keyword long term. I mean, some people just want to dive in and think, I can do this, and then they burn out without a week or two. David, when did you start to feel that, like, okay, I'm doing something here? And how hard was it to get started?
Yeah, well, before I started, I was scared that it was going to be this overwhelming commitment, that I would have to be in the gym every single day. And because before then, I really hadn't set foot in a gym for at least 10 years, right? And so I wasn't used to that environment, but it was a relatively simple commitment during the week. I spent 3 days in the gym for an hour at a time and did some—
doable?
Right, yeah, with some extra cardio at home. And over really almost immediately started to see not just the pounds coming off, but also just feeling stronger, feeling healthier. And on the mental health side of things, was feeling more focused, more clarity of mind, reduced symptoms of depression. And so across the board, started to see that and feel that result really quickly. And then at the end of that 3-month training period, I was really just shocked by the transformation that happened across the board.
Yeah, this is very inspiring. What are some of the workouts that you put him through to achieve something like this?
So as with the lifestyle habits, we want to make sure that whatever we're doing is simple but very effective. So we always do an assessment on all of our clients. So one of the workouts that we've got for today is going to be sort of a full body thing. So we've got 3 exercises that you can do both in home and in the gym if you want to, and you can progress.
I'm your cheerleader.
As much as you want to. So what we're going to start with first then is, if we take the dumbbells in our hands, we're going to start with a split squat. So it's kind of in the name. We're going to take a regular hip width stance like this, and then we're going to put one foot behind us like this, and we're going to go onto our back toe on the back foot. All I want you guys to think about is bringing your knee over your toe on your front foot and bringing your back knee towards the ground, just like that. We're going to go down in a nice controlled manner. 3 seconds, try and get our knee just off the ground, and then you're just going to push through the front foot. As you can see, like, you can do this with weight or without, and the only thing you're sort of going to change around is the reps and the sets. If you've got less weight, you want to be doing more reps and sets, and always in nice control of it as well. So you're going to do 10 reps on each leg, and then when you've done 10 reps, you're going to swap back round. Obviously, this is an exercise you can regress if you want to hold on to something, if you're not, because it's quite hard to balance, right? And when things start to get tough as well, it's good to have either someone there to help you or something to balance off, just in case you need that. The second exercise we're going to do is a Romanian deadlift. So dumbbells are going to be sat in front of the body like this. This is going to work all those sort of hip extensors like glutes, hamstrings. So you're just going to push your hips back towards the wall behind you, and we want to keep a nice flat back whilst we're doing that as well, so it keeps your back muscles. Exact same as these guys are doing, nice and controlled, and bringing the hips
David,
David, you're so serious while you train.
He is. He's been conditioned. He's been conditioned. Exact same thing, 3 sets, 10 reps, and like I said, you can progress this into a barbell if you start to lift more weights, but dumbbells are absolutely great, kettlebell, all that stuff as well.
I know there's so much more. As they continue to work out, we do want to thank you all for sharing your inspiring story with us. I know there's so much that you can see and do. Remind us again where we find you?
Ultimate Performance. So we're in DC, we've got one in the Metro Center and Bethesda as well.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here.